We do actually have bum shaving day. That is like a thing.
When she first kept getting dogs, every time she was getting another, I was like, really? Do we need another? Are you sure? But she kept getting them anyway, so at some point I just had to accept it and realise that this is just how life's going to be now. We are just that crazy family with loads of dogs.
To be honest, right, he's just a big silly bugger.
In the rolling hills of Yorkshire, there lies a little slice of majesty.
Do you want me to tell you a secret? So I'm allergic to dogs.
A rather extraordinary family, where the hustle and bustle have tails, and the family portraits look a tad taller than yours.
I've got a sausage down the back of my trousers. I'm being mugged.
Where every mealtime is an event, and the line between pet and family member blurs into one big, furry, heartwarming story. But don't be fooled. Managing a small army of the world's tallest dogs is a labour of love that knows no bounds.
My name's Mav, this is Claire. We are Austenley Irish Wolfhounds.
We've got 16 dogs. So we've got 11 Irish Wolfhounds, 3 White Swiss Shepherds, a Whippet, and then we've got a rescue lurcher that we ended up acquiring.
And a tortoise.
And a tortoise.
As a child, I fell in love with the breed. I used to go with my dad to a manor house that he contracted to, and they'd got wolfhounds, so I used to go along and meet the wolfhounds, and I fell in love with them from there.
When we went to visit wolfhounds for the first time, I was like, whoa, they're massive. At the time, we had a German Shepherd, and we went off walking. We've always done a lot of walking. We like adventuring, we like camping. So we wanted a dog that could fit in with that type of lifestyle. And now we've got lots of dogs that, if anything, restrict that lifestyle, but we still do manage to get off as much as we can.
Their stance as rooted as the oak, a quiet strength in eyes bespoke, stature tall like castle walls. In their presence, silence falls. Once revered as both war dogs and hunters, the Irish Wolfhound story is deeply woven into the fabric of Gaelic myth, symbolising strength and loyalty as the prized companions of ancient warriors. Renowned for their ability to defend against the wild wolves of Ireland, these hounds safeguarded livestock and estates throughout history. By the late 19th century, the breed was on the verge of extinction, until Captain George Augustus Graham, a visionary Scotsman, embarked on a mission to revive these majestic hounds. He carefully crossbred the tallest Scottish deerhounds with a formidable Great Dane, blending genes from the swift Borzoi and the robust Tibetan Mastiff. This unique blend was not only aimed at restoring the wolfhound's regal stature and spirit, but also revitalizing its legacy as a skilled wolf hunter. A gentle giant whose calm demeanor conceals a fierce and storied past.
They're not the type of dog really to be in your face. At home, believe it or not, they just disappear. They all have the favourite little corner, favourite table or something to get underneath. You know, you get other breeds that are just like zooming around the house and in your face and that. They're not really like that. They're big sleepers, aren't you?
Wherever we are, they are. So if we're upstairs in our house, there's 10 of them lied around us. And if we get up and move and go sit downstairs, they get up and they go with us, and then they just lie back down. They want to be near you.
In our pack, we've got some that's more keen than others, some that's slightly more aloof than others, you know.
Nervous.
Yeah, nervous. So whilst they are generally a gentle giant, you've got to bear in mind, if you take a wolfhound on, the boys can get up to like 14, 15 stone, and you're in charge of that dog.
If they run into you, because they're so happy to see you, they can break your legs and your arms. But the brakes are not very good, are they, when it comes to, you know, when they are running at your full speed, you do have to be careful. They don't corner very well either.
They're generally great with other dogs, if not sort of wanting to, you know, keep away from them really, you know, just do their own thing. They are very prey-driven. Like most towns, any prey is on the menu. So you've just got to bear that in mind, that if they see a rabbit or anything like that, they're off, and that's it.
Yeah.
They're on that chase.
We see anything, as soon as they get this, serious, leave it. They're like, okay, we'll leave it. Everybody asks why we've got 16 dogs. Everybody. We didn't intend to have 16 dogs. We didn't want 16 dogs. I never ever imagined we'd have 16 dogs. But we bred because we wanted to show. I've got an idea of what I want to produce, and we're experimenting with breeding different lines to different lines, different dogs to different dogs. A lot of breeders, when they do what we do, if a dog doesn't make the cut, they rehome it. And we can't do that because we fall in love with them and they become part of our family and part of our pack. We keep the oldies. We keep the ones that get ill. We keep the ones that, that we've used for breeding that we don't need to use for breeding anymore. Those are the ones that people would rehome. Once they're part of our pack, we just feel like that's where they belong. It can come across as, the others are not as important as if we got that perfect show dog. But ultimately, that is why we've bred these. We're not just breeding them willy-nilly.
Backlash, that's all.
Oh no, they can backlash at me. I like backlash. I like it when people go, oh, she's, she's heartless because she's trying to breed the perfect dog. But ultimately, that is what we're trying to do. And we're going for conformation, temperament, health, and everything else.
I breed dogs.
And you've got that microphone on, so nobody cares. Believe me, it's not ideal. It's hard work. It switches over from being fun to being hard work. And we get so many comments, especially on social media, of people saying, you're living my dream life. It's not a dream life. It's beautiful living with the dogs, but it's really hard work. You do not get one day off. You don't get a morning off, you don't get a night off, you don't get any time off. So why so many dogs is just because we're crackers. That's it. We're slightly mental, I think. So everybody always asks how much they eat with them being such a big dog. The puppies eat 4 times a day, and the puppies actually eat more than the adults because they're growing, so they need a lot more calories, they need a lot more food. So 4 times a day for the puppies. I don't particularly follow a feeding guide because with puppies, for me, it's just how much they'll eat. If they'll eat it, I'll feed them. I don't want them fat, but if they'll eat it, I will feed it. So today we're having mainly kibble. This is not all for the puppies, by the way. This is for everybody. So we always add extras. For example, dried liver. This is goat tripe. Salmon oil. And the puppies especially get lots of supplements. So a growing Irish wolfhound can suffer with things like panostitis, which we've got a puppy that's got issues, growing pains. We just want to pay extra attention to the joints and the bones. So this is antler powder, which is a natural anti-inflammatory. We've got bone broth, which is high in collagen. And then we've got different supplements for joints. So African devil's claw for the puppies, joints, ligaments, tendons, green lip mussel. We've got the 4-in-1 complete, which has got rose hip, brewer's yeast, artichoke powder. And that's it, we can call it a day at that.
Hey, Boobette. I knew. So we feed them all together. We just keep an eye on them because they do all get on and they're all socialise with each other well. but some are greedier than others. Like Inca's a greedy one, so she's trying to pinch biscuits. As long as I'm here, they're all right.
I actually put a bum shaving video on TikTok and it went viral instantly. And the main question on there was, do you do your husband last? The second most asked question after how much do they eat is how much do they cost and how do you afford to keep them? Well, they're our primary focus. So they come before holidays, before hair, before, tattoos even, believe it or not. But we've kind of evolved into everything in our life now has something to do with dogs. So we've got a private field hire, which began with needing a private field for them. So we also then turned it into a business. The food that I feed them, I sell. The dog treats that I feed them and that we use, I sell on our website. So it all evolved into they actually do create their own income. And then we have social media, which is a massive chunk of income for us now. My life was ticking over nicely, looking after the dogs and running a website and looking after the field hire. And then I just thought, I'll have a go on TikTok, see if anybody wants to try our treats, and it went crazy. I created myself another full-time job, but I love it. I love all of it. So I document how we look after them, what they eat, where they go, what we do as well, how this impacts our lives. And then I just make cute little funny ones as well because they're cute and they're funny. We've just got to make sure though that we don't portray this as being that fantasy lifestyle so everybody just runs out and buys 16 dogs and thinks it's going to be, wonderful when it's such hard work. Jesus is from another TikTok shop. A friend of mine's got a TikTok shop and I saw Jesus and I needed Jesus in my life. Do we, Jesus? So he just supports me every day. Do you want me to tell you a secret? So I'm allergic to dogs and I have to take antihistamines to live with them. And I have to take the strongest antihistamine that the doctor can give me as well. Once I've got the antihistamines, I don't suffer too bad with it. But anybody that gets rid of a dog because they're allergic to dogs don't like dogs that much.
So we're all quite a musical family, and there's my brother and my mum both play the guitar and the ukulele, banjolele and everything. And my brother started playing the harmonica and we had to ban it from the house. It's now locked in a cupboard. So we listen to a lot of country music, and if a harmonica comes on in the song, we have to turn it off really quick. I can't play it, it's not my instrument.
Just blow it.
Are you listening?
We've got fantastic seasons here. We've got fantastic terrain for these guys. Every day's an adventure for them.
Yeah, moorland, woodland, reservoirs, every type of place to walk, isn't there?
These are big outdoorsy dogs. And, this kind of environment is just what they're about, really.
So Scylla was our first Irish Wolfhound, and Scylla is all of these guys, she's their grandma. So it all began with Scylla. She would be 11 now, and she died 2 years ago in June, on June the 11th. It'll be 2-year anniversary. And that marks when my life changed, actually. So I was quite poorly throughout having Scylla, because when we got another dog, it coincided with me suffering with anxiety and depression, and I stopped going out and I started drinking too much. So the only way I could go out and feel comfortable was by drinking. And I think that's why I developed this weird relationship with Scylla, because she was like my crutch. So whenever I did go anywhere, even though I needed to drink to go anywhere, I used to take her with me, because I had this weird like protection feeling from her. Or whether I felt like I were protecting her, you know, almost like a mothering, like I used to go into overdrive and I used to have to look after this dog. But at the same time, I felt like she did that for me. And she did love me more than anybody else. So when we used to go out for a pack walk, if he said, oh, I'm going to walk in this direction, the pack would follow him. She would not leave my side. So I'd walk the easiest route. She'd always stay with me. So I knew that me and her had that bond and that connection that I'd never had with another human being or animal. I don't think I'd ever actually felt like, different from my children. No, I'm not saying I loved her more than my children, because it's like a different kind of love and relationship. But yeah, she sort of saw me through all the worst years of that. And then when she died, I didn't know what I was going to do, because I thought, what if I can't go out, because if I have a panic attack and I've not got her there to just, I don't know what she did. I don't know what she did, but all of a sudden she's just not there anymore. So I started drinking more to go out. I found I needed more and more alcohol, to a point where I hit rock bottom. And so I had an episode where I don't know whether I can say it. Can I say it? I had an episode where I tried to take my own life, and it didn't happen. So the morning after, I woke up and I just thought, right, you've got to sort this out now. You know, you can't carry on like this. The drink is not helping you. Being very, very overweight is not helping you. So that day I drank all the alcohol that was left in our house. I ate all the sweets, I ate all the crisps. I said to Mav, get dressed, we're going to the pub. I'm having my last drink in the pub. I'm never going to drink in a pub ever again. So we went out and I had treble gins, and I said, right, let's go to the next pub. Another treble gin, knocked it back. I drank all day. I said, from tomorrow, that's it, I'm done. And that were it. Never touched a drink. I'm nearly 2 years sober now. And I went keto, so I've lost 7 stone. And I think, and weird stuff happens though, in like, I know that Scylla's still here. You know, just as in things like, I used to sing certain songs to her. So, you know, if I'm having a bad day, or if I think, oh, I wish she were here now to help me, I'll hear a song. You know, and you kind of think that can't be coincidence, because there's lots of different songs that could, you know, pop up on radio, and so I feel like she's still here now, and I feel like because I'm sober and happier, that I can sort of feel her more now. You know, and I can see that she's still here and trying to help me. I sound like a crazy woman. I do.
Come on, have a girls, boys. Come on. Come here.
Leave it.
Come here, guys.
Leave it.
Come on. Oh. No, sniff.
Ah!
Come on. Have you got?
We like how social they make our life.
When you get home from a hard day, whatever you've been doing, whether you've been at work or, you know, a stressful flight or anything, you know, they're genuinely happy to see you. You know,
Unlike me.
and you know, it's like now the love that they give. You know,
If you can push me off this stool, there will be no love.
It's just pure love. You know.
I think that dogs have completely made me a person that I am. We've been really seriously into dogs for 11 years, and if I look back 11 years ago and further back, I would not want to go back to being that person at all. I just feel like we know so much more now, simply through that breed. We've been all over the world. We've imported dogs from all over the world. We've been to shows all over the UK. We've sold puppies to every type of person that you can imagine, and we keep in contact with people that we sell puppies to. So we've now got access to so many different people, and you know, that live different lifestyles. So they opened up a whole new world.
Our dogs are our life. That's it. I don't think there is.
You're going to make me cry.
No, but our dogs are our life. I think that,
they
you know,
are.
we see there's two types of dog owners. There's somebody who's got a family pet,
Yeah, pet owners.
and then ours is a way of life.
It's a passion.
You know, from the moment we wake up until what average 10:30 at night, depending, it is all about dogs. That is it.
I think we found our calling. I know that we are supposed to be doing this. And a lot of the time, me and him can't stand each other. We really can't, but we've got a superordinate goal, and that is the dogs, the care of the dogs, and just being the Irish Wolfhound people. They are everything to us. Usually if we've got time off and we go, right, everything's done, let's chill out, what should we do? We're usually like, should we get the dog clippers out and like do the bums, or should we do the nails? Or so we spend a few hours seeing to those kind of jobs. That's our downtime, is shaving dogs' bums.
If we manage to go off, which is very rare, we always take a dog or two. You know, there is never a time when we don't have a dog.
We once went out down into Home Firth, and we said we won't take any dogs. And we went out and everybody had a dog with them. And I said, shall I pop home and get a dog? And he's like, yeah, go get those ones. Came back with our dogs.
Yeah. You just feel empty without a dog, don't you? I do. So.
I can't imagine it. What would we do? What do people do that don't have dogs? All that time on your hands, cannot imagine it.